It's probably the oldest deer I've ever killed.
Welcome back to another Deer 30. It is December 16th today, and Unger and I had some luck tonight out in the Great Plains in North Dakota. We'll get to that in a minute. We kind of wanted to recap a little bit because we haven't done a Deer 30 in a while, and we've had a pretty action-packed fall. We've been all over the place. We've hunted really hard in Wisconsin, and then I've been traveling all over to other states filming, and I think we should take a step back and kind of talk about what happened in Wisconsin and what brought us all the way out here.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a tough year for us. Like you alluded to, plenty of action. I think, my opinion, our rutcation in Wisconsin was probably the best hunting you and I have ever seen.
Absolutely.
In a 1 week period, we just couldn't get
in
it
Wisconsin,
done. Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, we just couldn't get it done. And then, obviously, the rut ends, gun season happens. We haven't had any of our shooters come back on camera.
Yeah.
Any of our. We're just
It was a tough year.
Right now,
we had really going into the heart of the rut. I think we had 5 good bucks running around that we would have shot. Nothing giant, but definitely some deer that we'd have been happy to take and encounter. And we did encounter them all. And it just came down to not being able to get a shot. I know on several occasions it was cursing ourselves for where we sat or how we had the lanes cut. And, we had a couple really good deer come in close. Yeah. And, it's just a matter of them taking the wrong trail or us being on the wrong stand.
And then the whole cat and mouse game, that's something that, we never really played in Wisconsin.
Yep.
It was, we'd go sit one spot and we'd get a camera picture of a deer daylight and we're like,
And then after that, it kind of got tough because I leave basically for the entirety of the rut to film. So I really didn't get a chance to get back to our lease at all till later in November for gun season, and the pressure was super high. I mean, we had guys within 200 yards of us. We had 3 different guys within 200 yards of us, and we saw a lot of deer, but we did not see any of the deer that we wanted to. And judging by the gunshots and now lack of photos, I would say a lot of those deer that we wanted to encounter are no longer with us.
We still got about a half a dozen cameras soaking that we need to check, but right now we're not very
It's not looking too hot. So we really kind of look forward to this trip out here in North Dakota, and we do every year because it's kind of been a good wrap up for us out in North Dakota to kind of unwind. We only hunt evenings out here because we'd be bumping deer if we went in the morning. So it's a good kind of unwind out here, and unfortunately the weather just has not been cooperating with us out here. We have some really good bucks on camera out here. This is the first year that we're running cell cams on the majority of our spots, so we're able to see without having to go in and disturb, which has been awesome. So we can see all these shooters.
That's been interesting, right? Like every morning we wake up and like, what's on the agenda? Typically, historically, you'd check the wind and, whatever spot you're going to go sit, you go in there and check the camera to see what they're doing and then try and whittle them down from there. But, it's certainly been a different camp life.
No, it's been a lot of fun, and unfortunately the deer action just has not been that hot. This deer right here is the second deer that Unger and I have seen all week out here from a blind.
In true North Dakota fashion, it was a grind.
Yep. It usually is for us, and usually we take it down to the last day, so this is a real treat. I actually get to hunt now, which is pretty sweet. But, let's break it down. What's been happening the last couple of days to bring it to this?
The last 5 days have been a struggle. We have seen, to put it into perspective, the same amount of moose we have deer.
Yes. Yep. That's a weird way to put it.
We went 3 sits without seeing a single deer, which is extremely uncharacteristic for North Dakota. We actually went to this spot last night. It's a spot we call Paso. This is a buck we call Sid. We got in there.
Why do we call him Sid? You guys have seen Big Daddy. The guy with the old balls is Sid, and this is a deer that we started calling Sid because we figured he has old balls.
Only deer we saw tonight. Like we mentioned, we're running cell cams. Pull out the phone, check the app, see what's moving around all of our spots, and I picked my head up, and here he was standing about 200 yards out, and then there's the game of, is he going to come in or is he not? And he surely took his sweet time coming in, circled downwind of us, came in, gave us a beautiful 20-yard shot, and then we were able to watch him dump on camera, so it's always good seeing him go down. High fives.
It was pretty intense. I mean, he stood for a long time right there in range without offering a shot opportunity, and finally Unger was able to make it happen. And I mean, it was pretty awesome. I mean, obviously he's not going to break any records, but like, dude, coming in, like we said probably 5 or 6 times, damn, he looks like a horse. Like, this is a big old deer for out here. And pretty awesome.
It just, you know, the
Be part
tough
of it.
year we had with close encounters and not being able to get it done, it just felt really good to let one go.
Heck yeah. Yeah, so this is your first
archery deer of the year.
Crazy.
Waited all the way to December 16th.
Absolutely. So we've got a few more days out here. We can stay through the weekend through December 20th. The weather is not looking good. But obviously tonight the weather wasn't ideal either, and this buck, for whatever reason, decided he wanted to come in.
I think the crappy weather there
We had a
while we were
little
in
bit
the
of snow
blind.
blowing
There's
and-
wind and snow blowing. I think he wanted to get up.
Definitely helped.
Yeah.
But we've got a few days left out here. Mansell and Brennan are here as well. They're hunting, hopping around, trying different spots. They're after a couple really, really nice bucks. And unfortunately, they have not been able to lay eyes on any of their big ones yet. But with the time we have left here, who knows what could happen. I'm looking forward to actually taking my bow in the blind and getting after it here for a few days.
So yeah, it's Tuesday. I think we're all going to be here pretty much through Friday and Saturday, maybe head home Saturday, but I know in everyone's schedule, a couple of us are free, so if nothing gets killed, I think we're going to come back
We'll
out
come
after
back
Christmas.
out. Hopefully we get the weather we need to
Yeah.
get these deer actually moving daylight.
Snow would be nice.
Yep. It's been a lot of fun. We've been drinking a lot of beers, and thank you guys for tuning in to another Deer 30. Tune in if we drop another one. That probably means we killed something. So it's always fun to kind of reconvene after we shoot something and talk about it and break down what we've been up to. And we appreciate you guys watching. If you haven't yet, please subscribe. That helps us out a ton. Drop your comments below. We want to know how your late season is going, how your rut went. Let us know. We like hearing that. We want to know how we can improve on our hunting, and if you guys are doing something that we should be doing, let us know. Other than that, good luck and cheers. See you in the next Deer 30. Out of room, Terry.
Terry! Reload it, Terry! Reload it, Terry! Put another one in there, Terry!
Attaboy, Terry!
On this week of The Breaking Point, join us with Dylan and Ryan as they pursue the elusive whitetail in the tundra of North Dakota.